Thank you very much indeed. Well, she's back. Anne Widdecombe, you may remember, as a Conservative Home Office Minister, is standing for Nigel Farage's Brexit Party if the European elections take place. Welcome to you indeed. Well, I've got to put it to you, I mean, you want a no-deal Brexit. Stephen Gethin's here saying that would be very deleterious economically.
Well, of course, I'd have loved a deal, but we haven't got a deal. And the fact is that we did go back to the EU with the only thing that Parliament finally did agree on, which was that we would have the May withdrawal deal as long as there were legally binding assurances on the backstop. Claude Juncker says, no, go away, we're not going to do that. So we meekly go away. And we are in a complete mess. And what is me is, I think there is a growing disengagement. No, let me finish this sentence, Adam, then over to you. There's a growing disengagement between the people and Parliament.
But is it worth doing something that is going to cost jobs and cost businesses in this country, if Mr Gethin's right?
That's a very big if, because first of all, we were told during Project Fear that merely voting to leave the EU was going to bring about economic Armageddon. The economy is doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, I think official figures say the economy has not grown at the rate it would have grown.
But nevertheless, it is growing, and nevertheless, we have record levels of low unemployment. So don't tell me that we suffered as we were promised that we would by Cameron and Osborne.
But this is
if we voted clean. No, but it's all part of that. There are always going to be predictions of doom tomorrow if we do X, Y, Z. We've just got to have the courage of our convictions. But I'm not quite sure why we're debating no deal, because Parliament's taken that off the table.
What do you think it has?
Well, it has in legal terms.
Well, I mean, the reason why I was asking about it, because as I understand it, that is the Brexit Party's policy, that you want to leave without a deal as soon as possible.
Well, we'd rather leave with no deal than with a bad deal.
Well, exactly. Well, that's what we're discussing. That's what you're going to be standing on.
All we've got on offer at the moment is a bad deal. So obviously we would prefer no deal to that. But if there were to be a deal between now and the European elections, which somehow I doubt, given the rate of progress so far, I'm sure we would look at that on its merits. But what we want, crucially, Adam, is to leave in a meaningful sense, not one leg in and one leg out.
Now, was it difficult for you to leave the Conservative Party?
Yes, of course it was. I mean, I first voted for the Conservative Party when I was 21, because you had to wait that long in those days. And I'm now 71. So for half a century, I've been voting, supporting, campaigning, representing the Conservative Party. Of course it was difficult.
And why did you do it?
Because Britain's a laughingstock internationally, because Parliament is beyond parody, because both major parties are busy turning away from the manifestos on which they were elected, which was to deliver Brexit, and above all, because the nation is thoroughly fed up and wants an end. And I believe that if in the European elections we sent a real seismic shock to both major parties, Labour heartlands and Tory shires, they will start to take it seriously.
You also say that Theresa May is, quotes, a hopelessly inadequate Prime Minister.
She is. I'm sorry to say it, but she is. And I mean, I've put it in even stronger terms than that. And I've said that she's the worst Prime Minister we've had since Anthony Eden. But then I think that we've got the worst leader of the opposition in the entire history of the Labour Party. And the worst parliament since Oliver Cromwell, just so that I can...
So if there was a change of leader, would you sort of go back to the Tories, do you think?
No, not unless we're going to have a proper Brexit. I mean, I'm not joining the Brexit Party just because I'm fed up. I'm joining it because I want a proper Brexit. I want us to leave and to be able to take control of our own borders, our own laws, our own trade deals. Now, none of that means staying with one foot in.
I mean, you're likening your move to Brexit from the Conservatives to your earlier move from the Church of England to the Church of Rome, the Roman Catholic Church. That makes Nigel Farage the Pope, doesn't it?
No. As I've said this morning on several media, I think Brexit is mighty important, but it's not going to impact on my immortal soul.
You don't think so?
No.
But do you think effectively,
and in fact,
when it comes to Brexit, is Farage the Pope?
Oh, don't be silly. What Farage is the man who, against all the odds, and from outside Westminster, has managed to carry his programme through so that we got a vote in 2016. Well, he's not going to become Prime Minister. What I want is an overwhelming Brexit victory on May the 23rd.
Now,
That's what I want.
We've seen you on Strictly Come Dancing and other panel shows and celebrity shows. Does that mean you're still a serious politician?
Well, people will have to judge that by what I've been saying, but don't imagine for a moment that I haven't been commenting politically. I may not have done your programme, Adam, because you didn't invite me to, But I've done many other political programmes, and I write every week for the Daily Express.
Okay,
Very good column every Wednesday.
That is the last word. That's all from all.